Welcome to David Bradley Show with your host, David Bradley.
Hey everybody, how's it going? So, the weather is cooling down, so this is going to be a good time for everybody to get up off your butts, go out, celebrate, have some fun, and go to some writers' nights, go to some area clubs. Got a lot of people there playing that I know you will enjoy it. Trust me, if you don't get too drunk. Remember that part. Everybody say hi to Krystal King. Hi, Miss King. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm about like you, wore out. Just, oh my God.
Yeah, we both had to work today.
Yeah, I know. And then we both hit traffic on the way home.
Yeah, thanks for dealing with me being chronically late to things.
Hey, my mom tells me all the time I'll be late to my own funeral. So,
Oh, yeah, I probably will.
well, to me, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah. Guess if I think about it, yeah.
You just got to think about it. Oh, Lord.
Deep breaths.
I got to catch my breath, man. I'm just like, because I come in, I took a shower real quick, and then I had to change the setup because I had, Caitlin was up here and she produced a show for me. So I had all the boards and everything over there.
Oh, so you had to move everything
So I had to move
around.
everything back over here and rewire and everything else. And I was just like, oh.
So you're probably grateful I was late just so you had like a minute to breathe.
I had 2 seconds.
2 seconds to breathe.
2 seconds to breathe.
I think there was a meme I just read of somebody's, and it was like, whenever your friend cancels plans and they keep apologizing, and you're like, no, actually, this was the best gift you could have possibly have given me. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, now I have free time. Yes.
Yeah, it's like everybody that I've had several people and they're just like, dude, we're running late, traffic, and I understand the traffic because 65 is a nightmare. I really do. But it does give me that little bit of extra time, and I don't know how long you been doing music?
Well, full time in Nashville, or in Nashville about 6 years.
Yeah. So do you still get the pre-show jitters?
Some shows, it kind of depends which ones, but
See, that's what a lot of people tell me. It all
sometimes-
depends.
Yeah, and sometimes it's randomly. Like sometimes I get the jitters for like absolutely no reason.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, it's because it's a bigger show or it's with
Yeah.
a band or new people. But it kind of randomly hits me. But
Yeah, because it's not hitting me as bad right now, but it does hit me before I do a show, especially if I've never met anybody or anything. Luckily, I met you already down
Yes.
at Turk's when you and Taylor and Ashley all had that in the round. And Hannah. Yeah, I got to remember
I
Hannah.
know.
She'll whoop my butt.
I'm really threatening.
Yeah, well,
I'm a really scary person to be around.
No, I'm always scared. I'm going to tick somebody off is what I'm scared of because I have no filter at all.
Okay. It's really hard to make me mad.
Now I take that as a challenge now. So,
The job I just came from was at a psychiatric hospital, so I can hold my own whenever.
yeah, I've seen
Take it
where
with a grain of salt.
I seen where you was doing that music therapy stuff, and I was just like, wow, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Because I remember I'm divorced 3 times, so I've actually been through a lot of crap. And one thing that always helped me through all of it was I just get in the car and go riding around and just jam out. It would always be, I had particular songs. Some I just bawl my eyes out. Others would help me. And then the others would be like, yeah, and help me move on, but that when I read that, I was like, man, I got to ask her about that because that is just something that, people do it all the time, but you don't really think about it as far as like a actual helping people through therapy and everything else with the music. So how did you get into that?
So in college, I was kind of bouncing around with what I wanted my degree to be in, and I originally thought I was going to do music business for the longest time. I probably should have. That probably would have been way more helpful with what I'm doing now.
Wing it.
Winging it, learning as I go. But I just realized I was like, oh, well, I love like people and I love making music. And if it found a job that I could kind of put those put those together in
Yeah.
and actually get a paycheck. So I studied music therapy and just discovered I really was passionate about mental health and that sort of a setting. And for some reason, I feel very at home in psychiatric hospitals. So I guess that says something.
I'm not going there.
But no, it's great because I mean everybody's just human, and we go through different emotions and we handle them better or worse at different times in our lives.
Yeah.
And so that's all it pretty much is me kind of using music as a tool to help them express and regulate those emotions that they're going through then. So
Yeah, but I could see also where that does a flip side, and that would kind of like help you with a lot of your writing.
yeah. Some of my songs I would probably say they're less about my own experiences and more about maybe not somebody's specific experience, but just the emotions that they're kind of giving me.
Oh, yeah.
That's a way I can kind of not have negative transference, but just put it in a song. And that's a way for me to just process that myself. So,
Oh, yeah. I like that.
yeah.
I never even thought about that.
But it was really cool. The other day we had a new music therapist she works somewhere else outside of our hospital, but she just started working for us. And, she shouted me and she was like, I met a patient somewhere the other day that asked me if I worked here and asked me if I knew you. And apparently that patient had said that like music therapy with Krystal saved her. And I was like, that was just, you don't always hear that, especially in a short-term facility. So it was kind of just really cool for that to come back around.
Yeah.
And get to hear that. So
Yeah, I mean, that's, it's kind of like a good pat on the back. You did a good job, or good.
Yeah.
Did I even say that right? Good job. Yeah.
darn good job.
Darn good. Well, I'm trying not to cuss, okay? So.
Well, yeah.
And I drive trucks, so, I mean, that's a feat.
There you go. But yeah, so I realized after doing that for a few years that I really wanted to pursue country music and being an artist. And so I still work at a facility and work, once every few weeks.
Yeah.
But it still keeps my foot in the door and, keeps me in practice for that. And good way to give back whenever I can as well.
Yeah, and then in regular times, you can do your writing, you can do the writers rounds. I mean, it opens up a lot of things for you to be able to actually do on the other side of the music industry. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I think that's cool as all get out.
Yeah, that's really fun.
And I really loved that writers round that night with y'all. So I told Taylor, I said, we really need to do another one of those. I like that. I like that setting up there. I wanted more people there. Mm-hmm. But I really did like the setting because everybody was kind of like on an even keel, because there's some places that you can go and you can do those, but everybody's standing on the floor looking straight up, 5 foot off the floor stage and all that stuff. And I don't like that part.
Yeah, I know that was a really cool setup. It was kind of Bluebird-esque where we were all facing each other. And I think that was really cool and fun for us to be able to just kind of like talk like we were in a conversation versus being on like looking out at the audience and putting on your audience face.
See, I don't like that part though. I mean, I like in the round better because then y'all get in conversations and talking, and it to me, it gets more personable, and that's what I love. That's one reason for this daggum show. I
think that takes away kind of some of that like spotlight thing where you get like in this is my stage presence me, but when you're just sitting there talking to your friends, you kind of open up more and are a little more authentic in that. So
that's what I love. It's a whole lot more fun to me. Yeah. I mean, I try not to do a whole lot of Q&A, but sometimes things fascinate me. So I'll start asking questions, and it's just, I like more laid back stuff, because to me, it's more country.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that for sure.
I mean, you're from North Carolina.
Yep.
What was the name of that town?
Hickory.
I believe I probably drove through
North
there.
Carolina.
What's the interstate goes through there?
I-40.
Yeah, I've been through there.
Mm-hmm. And it's just right below Asheville.
Yeah, I've definitely been there.
Yeah.
Back when I was driving OTR, I was all over the place.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Try going through the gorge at snow time. That's no fun.
Well, maybe I'll hit it big and you can be my truck driver.
No, I'd rather be on stage announcing you or something.
Okay, we can do that.
I'm getting where I just can't drive anymore. Just 30-something years of it. I got over 7 million miles. That's enough to go to the sun and back a couple of times, I think.
Okay. Is retirement in the foreseeable future?
Depends on the show.
So go like and subscribe to the show and
Yeah, it all
share with
depends.
your friends.
But I started this just to have fun. What got you into music? I mean, what was that whole, was it just something for fun or?
No, I mean, yes and no. I think the story that's on my bio and everything is I heard an Ella Jackson song on the radio and fell in love with country music. And it just,
Yeah.
I mean, and that was really true. Like, I just sort of fell into country music. It wasn't necessarily what my parents listened to. I just kind of discovered it on my own and was like, I want to be a country singer. And that's all I remember ever wanting to be.
Yeah.
So I took lessons and guitar lessons and then started writing and kind of dabbled, but didn't really get super serious about it until I moved to Nashville.
Yeah.
I kind of dabbled, but I didn't really know how to get started or what to do.
Oh yeah. It's a fickle town.
Yeah.
Especially when you come in, because besides driving a truck on the weekends, lights and sound, I was all over Nashville. I've seen a lot of crap go on. And I've seen a lot of people make it, and I was really proud of them. Jamie Johnson, I ran lights for him when he was first barely starting down at the Limelight. Mm-hmm. And then, a couple of years later, boom,
Yeah. It's really cool when you see those stories and you see how they've worked their way up.
Yeah. And I like it that they did it kind of like the old school way. Mm-hmm. They paid their dues, they did the time, and they walked right on up the ladder.
Yeah.
What I can't stand is when Rich comes in and 2 weeks later they're number one, I just don't like that.
Yeah.
But that's why I started the show. I just wanted to have some fun and help people out.
Yeah, I love that.
I don't think you need help though.
Oh, I could certainly use plenty of help.
I don't know. I've listened to a bunch of your songs.
Did you listen to the new one?
Which one?
Red Wine and White Lies?
Yes, I did. And I was still sitting there thinking, why is she sitting in a bathtub with the red jumpsuit on? I would have been like, screw this and take the camera out of here. Give me the wine and turn on some music. I'm just going to chill.
It was like a house. So it was a house that we rented for the photo shoot, and it had all these different rooms.
Yeah.
So we just took pictures all throughout the house, and I was like, "This is a cool tub. I'm gonna climb in here."
Yeah.
So that's kind of how that picture came about, but it is slightly random.
I did like the picture though. The tub was awesome.
Yeah, it was a cool tub.
I love the tub.
And maybe I was like super basic girl there. I don't know.
No.
But
No, you looked really good in it. I mean, it was really nice. But what I like about you is you've just got that wholesome country girl look about you. I mean, it's just something. I mean, there's probably 1,000 guys out there looking at that picture going, "Oh, I want her. I want her."
Oh, that's funny.
Well, I mean, it's true.
Well, I tour with lots of beautiful women. So like Taylor and Kirsty Krause, the boys are always drooling over them. So yeah.
I've got Christy coming in, I believe.
Do you?
Either that or I think she might be doing no, we're doing StreamYard virtual.
Okay, cool.
Because of her schedule.
Yeah. So it's always fun, but I've always been kind of more of a natural look person. I don't even know how to do makeup like half the girls do their makeup these days. Like I don't know anything about contouring or anything like that.
My daughter, oh my
I don't
God.
understand.
All thing you got to do is ask my daughter. She can put you through a makeup course.
Oh goodness.
She is
Probably
crazy.
need one because I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm like, okay. I don't think I even wore makeup until college, and even then it was like not even on a daily basis. Like justified if I wanted a little bit.
Well, see, I was the same way till I got like 18.
You didn't wear makeup?
I didn't really wear makeup. But then when I got 18 and started running around with a bunch of bands and music and everything, and the hair was long, I had to go with eyeliner.
Oh, you had eyeliner?
I had eyeliner.
Do you have pictures of this? Oh my.
Over there on the fridge.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I got to see that up close in a little bit, but I can see the dark eyes from here.
Yeah. It was because I'm like most men, got real long eyelashes that women look at and go, I hate you.
You don't have to curl those and stretch them out. And
No, they're
smear
just
them
right
up.
there. You ain't got to put
So
fake.
it's just eyeliner, right?
Yeah, just the eyeliner.
Okay.
And I had a couple of friends from, actually a girl I was dating at the time taught me how to put eyeliner on.
Was this what, like 80s?
Yeah.
So
I graduated in 83. That picture is probably 84, 85 maybe.
okay.
And then I started running around with the rising hard rock scene, glam metal scene in Nashville that was rising.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we was all over
So
the
you've
place.
been in Nashville for a long time then.
I was born and raised here.
Oh, you're one of the unicorns, one of the
Yeah,
few.
I'm one of the weirdos. But you notice I'm not there. I'm in Portland. I got out.
You got out.
I couldn't stand it.
Yeah, we live in Thompson Station, Spring Hill area.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful
So
area out
yeah,
there.
so we're outside of Nashville too. We started out there because just of work. When we first moved to Nashville, we were working south, and then when we decided to buy a house, we realized that Nashville and Franklin were really expensive, so we moved further south. But my husband was like, "No, if we move to Nashville, I'm probably going to prison." Like,
Yeah.
he was like, "I'm gonna like piss off the wrong person or hit somebody in traffic."
Yeah.
He was like, I can't do it. Can't live there.
So he's a no filter kind of guy.
Oh, I don't even know that he's no filter, but easily annoyed by people.
Oh yeah. Well, I used to be.
Doesn't like traffic and crowds.
I can't. I've done a ton of shows, all the way up to like 5,000 capacity, and I'm okay as long as I'm in the production booth. Mm-hmm. And here lately, MCing, I can get up on stage and introduce you, and I go right back to my little corner, stage right, and I'm good. But I can't get out in those crowds anymore. I don't know. It just irritates
I don't really
me.
like it either. Like I like, some room to move around and be able to actually like hear and talk to people and
Yeah.
So I remember even being in Key West, we were on like one of those street concerts watching it, and I was like, after like 20 minutes, I was like, okay, this is cool. They're putting on a good show, but I'm like tired of standing
Oh yeah.
like a sardine and getting kind of pushed around every time somebody moves through.
It drives me nuts. And it's like people don't care. They just bump into you. They don't care. No sorry, no excuse me, no nothing. And it irritates me. Mm-hmm. And it probably does your husband too. I mean,
Yeah, probably. Yeah. But yeah, I remember I was ready to go. I was like, come pick me up on the golf cart. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
My friends stayed out, but I was like, nope, I'm going back. I think I got back at like 10. Actually, that night I was trying really hard to go to bed early, and it was like 11 o'clock. I sat in bed, and you know what? I got a text, and apparently, so I had taken my guitar, my friend's guitar. Mm-hmm. Apparently, her boyfriend had handed me the wrong guitar, so I had taken home some stranger's guitar. And so they were calling me, and when we had to like meet up to return this guitar, and next thing I know, it was like 2 a.m, and I was like, y'all, I was trying so hard to go to bed early. Why am I still up right now?
It happens to me every time. It's like my daughter will come through here sometimes because I usually just work on the show. Like we'll record here and everything else, but this is where I do my editing and everything else. And she'll come through here like 11:30 at night. It's 11:30, Dad. And I'm like, okay. And I'll go to bed. Full meaning to go to bed at 9:30, somewhere around in there. Because I get up at 4 o'clock every morning.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's miserable.
Mm-hmm. Start work at 5:30.
I'm not a morning person.
I ain't either. I hate it.
Which I'm kind of the worst kind of person. I'm not a morning person or a night person. I'm like a 10 hours of sleep kind of person.
Well, I mean, yeah, I could see that. I mean, I would love that. But I don't know. I mean, I stay so busy all the time, and then it's just like you schedule things, you try to get things going and going the right way. And it's just something always happens.
But I do get that, like I get kind of the workaholic mode, especially like late at night sometimes. So if I get started on something, like even if I'm tired, if I power through, then all of a sudden I'm like obsessed and I can't stop. So
Yeah.
I get that. But yeah, that particular night I tried real hard to go to bed early?
I've got a friend of mine. He goes to bed early every night, but every now and then he'll wake up in the middle of the night. Song popped into his head in his dream or something, and he's in there, and he'll go and
write it down.
Ends up writing a whole song, and then he'll go back to bed.
Oh, I've definitely taken in some like really terrible voice memos before to a writer's like or co-write.
Yeah.
Just been like, hey, I had this idea last night, and then you press play and you're like, oh man, that sounds way worse than I thought it did. Because you're on the side of your bed and you're like, do, 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 do. And like you're singing it into your phone, but you're half asleep and it doesn't make any sense. So you bring it into the co-write, like being like, oh, I had this great idea. And then you play it and they're like, yeah.
It was awesome in your head, though.
Great.
I've always wondered about, I can't write. I cannot write a song for nothing.
Have you tried?
Yeah, I've tried.
Okay.
When I was driving a truck, I could see something and something would pop in my head and I would create maybe a little bit of a chorus or a little bit of a hook. But whenever I got to where I could stop and actually write it down, I never forgot what I was saying. And it was just weird. But I mean, I could take.
Thank goodness for talk to text now or voice memos.
Yeah, well, they've got cameras in the trucks now.
Okay, you can't do all that.
You can't do all that because they're forward facing. They watch you. So anytime you're grabbing a phone or doing something like that, it registers. And it sends it to the company and says, this driver is being unsafe. Huh. And after so many times you do that, then you ain't got a job no more.
Yeah.
So you got to be real careful.
Well, I guess I can be grateful for that because I don't want to get run over by a giant truck. So
yeah, nobody does.
Appreciate you being safe.
Yeah. Ain't no fun that way. Used to be fun.
Used to be fun. I'm just like, a problem for me is whenever I'm like fully focused on the road, like don't have any music, don't have like anything, I get sleepy. So I almost have to have like either music or like just some sort of thing. I try not to be distracted by it, but I have to have some sort of input or like that's probably worse than me being.
Well, how they train us is once you start feeling sleepy, stop the truck, get out, walk around, have some coffee. If you just feel like you can't go on, take a nap. You'd be surprised.
I'd be napping every hour.
You'd be surprised, a little 30-minute power nap, and get you on down the road.
I'd just be like, I'm bored. I want to go to sleep.
Well, I mean, you could just make the hubby drive.
There you go. Try to whenever I can.
Yeah, or, hook up with somebody that insomniac and make them drive.
There we go. There we go.
You make Taylor drive.
Perfect.
I don't know if she can drive at night, though.
I don't know. I do drive quite a bit, but yeah, I do have to.
Her dad helps her out a lot and drives her around. So you could just hitch a ride. Say, hey, can y'all drop me off here, pick me up on the way back?
I'm real good at mooching, so I can get somebody to help me out.
Hey, well, I don't call it mooching. I call it, what would you call that? Mutually beneficial.
There we go.
You will help keep them awake by talking to them. And then 5 minutes in, go to sleep. You ain't got to worry about it.
I remember like my last tour with Kirsty Krause. She was sitting in the passenger seat trying to do work because she'd just finished driving. We just switched, and I kept talking to her, and she kept trying to like subtly hint like, okay, Krystal, hush. I'm trying to like do some work. Yeah. And I finally just looked at her and I go, I know you really want me to hush, but I'm bored, so I'm going to keep talking to you. She finally gave up and put her phone down. I was like, okay, fine.
Well, I mean, she could have kept working and just included you in on some of it, you know? I mean, it's only 25%.
So I was just honest. I was like, hey, I know you want me to hush right now, but I'm not going to.
That's funny. I love that. But I've never met Christy, so.
Yeah, she's really sweet. But I don't mean to bring her up a lot, but she's just somebody that I tour a lot with right now. So we just got back from Virginia, and we're actually heading to Key West. So, yeah, it's going to be.
Yeah, I think she's She just did a show with
Christy Huff.
Christy Huff,
Yeah.
yeah. I met her out at Lake Wapapello.
Okay, for Freedom Jam, right?
Yeah, Freedom
Okay.
Jam. I was out there emceeing that show.
Okay, cool. Yeah, she's great as well.
And it was nice that I knew Taylor, because I met Taylor through Hannah, because Hannah insisted on having Taylor on the show and created that Double Trouble scene. I mean, it was...
Yes, I love it.
That was a long show.
Oh, they're fun. They're fun girls. I've known Taylor for a long time. Me and Taylor met about the same. We moved to Nashville around the same time.
Yeah,
And we met in Franklin at like this old like sports bar, and we met there and kind of stayed in touch. We rode a few times, and then probably in the past like 2 years or so, we've really like started hanging out more. And we live like 10 minutes away from each other on Spring Hill, so we'll dog sit for each other or let our dogs out if somebody needs help or
Yeah, I'm not dog sitting. I can tell you that. I'm not doing it.
And then I met Hannah through Taylor, and we wrote together once, and then we got together for a girls' night where I made a really big fool out of myself. And
That's around Taylor. That's easy to do.
oh yeah, it was not good. It was not a good situation. I was like, these girls are never gonna want to go out with me ever again. Like, it was embarrassing. I wound up bringing the bar and Taylor and her husband like crumble cookies the next day to be like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's bad when you got to bake with a hangover just to make up for something.
Oh, I didn't bake. I just brought the cookies.
Just
but
brought them.
I
Okay.
did pick them up.
I figured you baked.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, I don't bake.
You don't bake?
No, I know I look like wholesome country Southern girl, but
Well, that's what I was thinking.
I'm not a kitchen girl.
No.
I don't like to cook. I don't like to bake. I like to eat,
Man. Well, everybody likes to eat.
but cooking and baking, no. My husband's the cook in my house.
Man. You hooked up with a winner when you got
I
him.
did.
Protective and cooks. Mm-hmm. Man.
No, he's pretty great. He's pretty great. I'm pretty mean to him in my songwriting, but he's pretty great.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do.
So I think currently there's You're the Reason That I Drink that's out, and that's about him. And then I have one that'll be out later called Mind Your Own Backyard, which is about murdering him and burying him in the backyard. So, yeah.
He loves that song, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's his favorite.
I can imagine. I liked when y'all did that song in the roundup there, that Jesus in Jail that you and Taylor wrote together. I love that song.
Oh, that's such a fun one.
It is so fun and just
That one's so fun. I always say whenever I play that one live, which I'm so excited Taylor recorded it. It fits her voice so well.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing. But whenever I play it out live, I always say I'm dedicating it to my mother-in-law. So I grew up Lutheran, and Lutherans, they like the real wine at communion.
I think everybody would prefer the real
Yeah.
wine.
Yeah. But my mother-in-law, who's Baptist, doesn't drink, but she joined a wine club. And when she would drink her wine, she put on her Lutheran t-shirt so that she could drink guilt-free.
Yeah, okay.
So I always say that one goes to her.
Well, it's a good thing she's not Catholic, because that's nothing but guilt.
She's probably going to kill me for saying this on the air.
Oh, that's okay. She still loves you, Mom.
And I sang that song at church one time, which is wild.
Oh my God.
My pastor came and heard me at a bar, and she heard that song, and she goes, I kind of want you to sing that one. And I was like, did you listen to it? Are you sure? And she was like, yeah, I'm working it into the sermon. And I was like, okay. And I got up in front of the church, and I was like, so this was not my idea for the record. This was all hers. So if this offends anybody, do not come after me.
Oh yeah, exactly. My assistant came in with my granddaughter. Yay.
Oh, how old's the granddaughter?
10.
And is that her on your intro?
That's her on my intro. Everybody loves that intro.
I do love that.
I just did it with her. She was curious, and I was like, okay, we'll get on the mic and we'll do this. And it took about 5 or 6 takes to get that one out of her because she kept flubbing it up and everything, you know. And I got that one out of her, and it's like I just did it as a lark, you know, and everybody loves it.
Stuck.
It's stuck, so now it's kind of become
think it's
part of the
cute.
show.
Yeah, that's adorable. Yeah, my nephew's just a little over 10, so it's a fun age. He's at the age that he still like loves me. Not too cool for me yet, but he's also like he's able to go do things.
Yeah, but so you're in the industry, so you're kind of like the cool aunt.
That's true. That's true. And whenever I don't live in the same hometown, so whenever I come home, it's like she's the one to go party and hang out with. You know, he asks me every time to take him to Defy, the trampoline park.
Yeah.
So we've gone there a couple times. Last time we went putt-putting and got a giant banana split. And so, like, you know, he gets excited when I come to town because I'm going to go take him and do something fun. He did. I was impressed, though. He's taking drum lessons.
Awesome.
And he was spending the night with my parents a night I was in town. And he was like, can I please come to band practice with you? Can I please? And I was like, no, you're going to get bored and like be restless. And I've like got to get this done tonight.
Yeah.
And he begged and begged. And I was like, okay, you can come. But like, if you misbehave, like they're coming to pick you up and it's not going to be good. But he sat there the entire time, paid like just full on attention to the rehearsal. Anytime my water bottle got empty, he was running to get me more water.
Yeah.
He wanted to like pack my guitar up and help me with it. Like it was really fun.
Cool. So are you going to buy him a set of drums?
My nephew?
Yeah.
I mean, he has his own drum set.
I'm talking about getting him a big boy set.
Yeah, no, I can't afford that. I'm a musician. What are you talking about?
That's why you get endorsements.
Yes, one day. We have too many instruments in our house as it is.
Well, you could have brung some, hung them up.
Yeah, I could have done that for some decoration.
Because I was looking at, there was one podcast you did, and there was like instruments hanging behind you on the wall.
That was probably at my house.
Yeah.
There's like when we bought our house, I wanted like a backdrop wall. So we put on like some of that like sticky wallpaper to make it look like wood.
Yeah.
Because lumber was super expensive that
well,
year.
yeah.
So we didn't actually do real wood. And then we just put hooks and hung up some like classic country pictures and some instruments on the wall. And then, and we don't have a spare bedroom. We have 2 music rooms. Cause my husband's a musician as well.
Yeah.
So in his room, he's got like the keyboard, the drum set, and he's got a marimba, which is really random and giant.
Yeah.
And then in mine,
I'm sitting there trying to picture a marimba.
it's like a giant xylophone. You see him like high school band.
Yeah.
It's usually like in the front line
Yeah.
playing. Yeah. It's like just a really big xylophone.
That is a oddity instrument to have in the house.
Yeah. Well, he was a percussion major, and marimba's one of like the big instruments they have to master as well. So
That'd be cool, though.
that was his favorite, actually.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I always like the sound of them,
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous. It's really pretty.
especially when you get in like full symphonies. It's it's gorgeous how they just add to it.
Oh
you know?
yeah. He got to play. It was like a feature in it was like the Spring Hill Orchestra, and it was really cool because that was the first time I'd gotten to hear him play like with accompaniment and with a group.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. But yeah, he has played with me a few times. Like, well, he plays drum set with me a lot, but he has broken out the marimba and like played with me at church and stuff a few times.
Oh, cool.
Or just different events.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. He even like, I remember we were trying to come up with a part for one of my songs before we went into the studio, and that was what he was using to like pick out the melody. So he came up with the little riff on marimba, and then we, changed it over to guitar and bass. But it was cool just kind of working with him on that.
That would be wild. Kind of like, hey, let's write a song. Bring out the marimba.
Yeah, it's his go-to.
I love it. I like the way that. See, you never know what people's processes are, and then there's always like little things here and there that you pick up on, and everybody's got this. And it's weird because our show right here is 51 for me. And in 51 shows, I've noticed everybody's got this one little thing that just it'll trigger it, or they'll start it, or it's always just one little thing.
Yeah.
It's wild.
And typically for me, it's lyrics come first. But every so often it'll be like a chord progression or a hook or something. The song I was talking about, I had it already written, but we were just trying to figure out the arrangement for the studio.
Right.
And that was one of I call it my weird song on the album, because it's not country. It doesn't fit really any of the other songs.
Yeah.
And it's not like a lyrical masterpiece. Like the cool part for that one was going to be the production and the band sound. So we had like 2 different solo sections, and I was like, I want one of them to be kind of like orchestrated, where everybody's sort of playing a specific part together, and harmonizing that. And so that was the part he came up with and helped me build. So that was cool how that came about.
Just a cool little vibe going on. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, something super simple. It was like a do 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 do.
Yeah, just something little, just a little thing, you know.
You have to add some flair.
I'm sorry. I was doing that in my head. I mean, I was just like, I was picturing it.
I was like, why is he laughing?
I was picturing it, you know, and I'm just like, for some reason, I threw you and him into pajamas, like feety pajamas, and playing on the little thing, trying to get to this. I don't know why. My mind is weird. I'm telling you.
Mine is too. It's all right. It's all right. I think I heard you said you want to do like a pajama show, right?
I told
podcast.
Taylor and them one time, I said, you know, I would love to do just a hangout pajama show, you know, and just like people bring their guitars if they want to and just hang out. And I've actually, we'll talk after we get off the show, but I've actually got some side things that I'm looking at and I'm thinking about doing, because I bill myself as not your average podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you got to live up to that.
Well, that's why I put show at the end of my name. You know, this is a show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's make it a show.
Yeah.
You know, so I've got several things going. I've got some of them planned. Taylor knows a little bit, and she said she would help me in any way she could. So, I mean, it's different things, but I'm still stuck on the pajama thing too. I really think that would be, and I'd probably get in trouble for this, but I'd love to get, and somebody's going to shoot me, but anyway, I would love to get you, everybody that was at that round that night.
Yeah.
I would love to get you, Taylor, Ashley, and Hannah, and hang out. We can drink some wine. We'll get some food up in this joint.
Today's National Red Wine Day, by the way.
You want some wine?
I mean, I won't turn it down. I wasn't asking for wine, but I won't.
If you want some wine, we got wine. You might not like the flavor of it, but.
All right, what were you saying? Squirrel.
I don't know. You got me sidetracked on drinking now.
So Hannah, me, Ashley. Taylor.
Yeah, and just kind of come up, hang out, and we'll just put on the cameras and the microphones and just
see what happens.
See what happens. You know, I mean, like I said, we'll have some food. We'll have some wine, or you know. Taylor is a bourbon girl. Mm-hmm. Hannah's a bourbon girl. I don't know what Ashley drinks.
I like both. I like anything that drinks except for tequila.
Yeah. No. I can't do tequila.
Yeah. Tequila was what I had a fight with the night that we had the girls' night.
Yeah, you don't need to do that.
Yeah. No more.
No. We'll keep you away from tequila.
But there was a round in Nashville. I never got to go to it, but it was Jammin' and Jammies, I think was what it was called.
Oh, that's cool.
I think Megan Barker hosted it, and everybody would wear their pajamas to the writers' rounds. There was one event I was so excited about. It was supposed to be later this month. I was supposed to play for it in Kentucky, and they were doing a pajama party, and they were trying to. It was a fundraiser, I think, for the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yeah,
and they were trying to break the Guinness Book of World Records record for the largest pajama party.
That's interesting.
And they were going to have like bed races and like pillow fights and like, I don't even remember what all the events were, but they had all these funny, like just random random events. I don't even know what to call them. Relays. I think that's the word I was looking for. Different little pillow relays. And, but yeah, I was so excited about that. But I guess something happened and it got moved to next year. And so I was so bummed because I was like, this is going to be epic.
Oh yeah.
Everybody in their pajamas just like running around having a good time.
You could get the feety pajamas with the rubber bottoms. That way you got more grip for the bed racing.
There we go.
See.
I mean, it was going to be huge. It was at like the Lynn Family Stadium. And
oh God, that's a big place.
It was huge.
Yeah. That would be wild.
It was going to be a massive pajama party.
I don't think nobody wants to see me in pajamas though. I'd have to lose some weight. Start working out again.
Well, I always like pick the the like goofy pajamas or like the silly ones. I'm that way in Halloween too. Like you're never gonna see me dressed like a slutty nurse or anything.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna dress like, I got a choice but last Halloween between a crayon costume and like a maid outfit, and I was like definitely wearing the crayon.
Yeah.
Or like a grandma costume. I did that one year.
Yeah.
And, like stuffed my butt with pillows.
But, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
I can imagine. So we're talking like couch pillows, or we're talking about full size bed pillows?
It was, I mean, they were like
Throw pillows?
I think it was a throw pillow. Yeah, I think so. I don't remember. It's been a while.
Because
but I went all out. Like I put the hair in the bun and then like spray painted it gray, and then had big glasses and a cane, and then I wore like a long sleeve full length nightgown.
Yeah.
And then stuffed like a pillow in the butt and like tied something around my waist so it wouldn't slide.
So I'm sorry. I keep picturing Medea.
Yeah, that was essentially the look. Just a lot shorter.
Yeah, because Tyler Perry's like what, 6'2", 6'3"?
Right.
What is he? He's a big guy.
Right. I'm not quite as funny as Medea, but
I don't know. You're pretty comical. I like you. I thought you was funny. So that's what I'm thinking about. And I got some other stuff I'm thinking about too. So.
Oh goodness.
See, I'm sitting here talking to you, and I keep getting all this other stuff going on in my head off of what you're talking about, and I'm just like, damn. It's like I might have to keep you around because you're like throwing ideas in my head and stuff. Not with pillows in my butt. I'm not doing that. That's too much. Not gonna do it. Oh. Have you wrote any Christmas songs?
Have I written any Christmas songs? Yes, I have. I have not played many of them out or recorded any of them. I do have one that's called, I think it's A Colored Light Country Christmas, which is just like a redneck Christmas song.
Yeah.
And then I have a few other ones. I think I have one called like A Father's Love and A Homemade Holiday, but I've never actually played those or finished those. Those were, I think I have a Carolina Christmas song too.
That would be interesting.
So yeah, but I think the only one I've played out was the Country Colored Light Christmas one, and it was actually at a Christmas in July event this past July.
See, it's just too hot for me to do a Christmas in July.
I love Christmas, like Christmas all year round. I'm for it. Do you agree? Yeah. Like I love Christmas.
Well, see, I love Halloween. I used to not be big on Halloween, but here lately, over the past couple of years, I'm loving it more and more. And because it's like a freedom holiday, you know? I mean, you can dress up and be whoever you want to be, and you can be spooky or funny or whatever, you know, and just kind of like escape for a one night of frivolity, you know? And I just love that.
I feel like I used to like Halloween more because I'm an October baby, so like October 25th, so my birthday was around then. But I with age, like honestly, I could care less about any other holiday except for Christmas. Like Christmas, I'm all out. Well, I like to eat on Thanksgiving, but Like, I do enjoy that.
Hey, Julie, make a note. She loves to eat.
I love to eat.
So we're going to have to.
Oh, yeah. Like, if I could have Thanksgiving meal every night of the week, I'd be so happy.
I'd get burned out on the turkey.
And switch it to ham. I could do ham, turkey, like green bean casserole, sweet potato casserole.
We could do the turkey legs like they do at the Renaissance Festival. You know, those real big
Change
ones.
it out.
Yeah, change it out.
Yeah. Or just even like I just like potluck style meals, if that makes sense. So like just any sort of thing that requires a lot of casseroles.
Well, see, one time I took when it was, oh God, when was this? 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. And I didn't want anything Christmassy food, but I wanted a spread. And I was just like, dude, we're doing, look, pizza and Subway sandwiches and all this stuff. And I had a huge spread out and everybody loved it. You know, it was just like, hey, let's go to David's house.
We went to, there was like 2 or 3 years that we weren't able to go home on like Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So me and my husband would go, our tradition for those few years was to go to the Waffle House.
Yeah.
For Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
So we did that for like 3 years and got like the all-star breakfast with all the sides.
Yeah, because that's one thing I always hated about if you got drugged to everybody's house and everything else. And it was like, I don't know if you did this or not, but me and my cousin Clay have done this. And it's like, okay, you'll go to this place and you'll pick out, yeah, I'll eat that and I'll eat that. And you basically build a full meal out of each house that you go to because it's only 1 or 2 things that you eat off each one.
Yeah, that's not how I do it.
You just go ahead and dig in.
Yeah, I just have a full plate at each house.
She's got a metabolism, I'm telling you.
Just full plate every house. Like, I mean, it's like a couple days a year you get to eat like that. So,
oh yeah, that's true.
Take full advantage.
Do what, Julie?
I should not tell you guys this, but me and my husband, the past few years for Thanksgiving and Christmas, we've prepped and taken like Miralax, like twice the day, like the day before and the day of.
Well, yeah, you got to clean out, you know.
So we're like, yeah, let's just prep. And so we were like old people pouring Miralax in all our drinks. We're like, so that we can refuel.
Oh, yeah. Make more room.
Exactly. So
I had a cousin that was, oh God, he's like 6'5", 6'6" now. And he was always skinny as a rail. And that boy could put down some food. Oh my God. And everybody always used to say, where's he putting it? And one day he got up from the table and just got through eating. And I noticed when he got up, he shook his right leg like 3 or 4 times. And I'm like, yeah, he's shaking it down in his leg is what he's doing. And then like 30 minutes later, he's back in there getting another plate. And he ain't even hit the dessert section yet.
Was he actually putting it in his pants?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's kind of a joke, you know.
I thought you were being
wrestling
real.
around. No.
I was convinced. I'm slightly gullible.
No. Maybe the bread he might have. I don't know.
Oh, man. Our dog he gets it on us too because he's pretty food obsessed.
What do you got?
A Labradoodle.
Is everybody with a Labradoodle?
Well, we wanted something. So me being a singer and having dog allergies, I wanted something that shedded less. But we actually happened to find our pup at the shelter.
Oh,
so
cool.
we actually found the Labradoodle at the shelter. So we got like a $2,500 dog for $50.
Yeah.
And he's the best. He's really sweet. But he's food obsessed.
Oh yeah.
To no ends.
Yeah, we had Kaylee Bishop was on, and she brought hers on the show.
Oh, I should have brought Bo. I had dog T-shirts and stickers with his face on it.
Yeah, and her story was beautiful. It was at that time that she needed them, you know, and somebody gave it to her, and it was 11-month-old, so it was cool as all get out.
Oh yeah, my pup's 3, and his name's Bowberry Biscuit.
Bowberry Biscuit.
Yeah.
That's funny. Oh look.
Because the South, we love Bojangles here.
Oh yeah, I was a KFC guy.
KFC. I like KFC too.
KFC's good.
I like different things at both places.
Mm-hmm. That's
Like
why
I
am.
think if I'm going to get a bucket of chicken and like slaw and sides, I'll probably go to KFC. But if I want like the fries or the tenders or like a biscuit,
Yeah.
then Bojangles.
Yeah.
So
It's definitely, because like sometimes I'll get burnt out on sausage, egg, and cheese biscuits.
mm-hmm.
I'll hit Bojangles up, give me a chicken biscuit with some cheese on it. I'm ready to rock.
Yeah, like their Cajun filet biscuit at Bojangles.
Yeah, it's really good.
Delicious. So yeah, every restaurant I have like a different thing. That's my go-to. I even use like different sauces at different restaurants. Like Bojangles, the fries are dipped in the honey mustard. McDonald's, it's like just in ketchup. Chick-fil-A though, it's ketchup and mayonnaise mixed together.
See me, Wendy's, the spicy chicken sandwich, the fries,
Oh, I love that.
and the Frosty. So you can dip the fries in the Frosty.
Okay, I've never been a big fries and the Frosty person.
I kind of like it, but see, you get the spicy chicken and you get that hot going on. So you eat the fry and the Frosty, and it
Okay.
kind of equals out.
Okay. And then crinkle fries. If I get crinkle fries, then it's ketchup and mustard.
I am Kinkle fry crazy. I love the Kinkle fries.
Yeah, those are the best.
I don't like shoestrings.
I like any kind of fry, but I like crinkle better.
I don't like the shoestring because it's like, okay, you're not giving me a fry. Okay, you're giving me like this stick. That was it.
Yeah, I get that.
And it's just crazy. So I'm gonna put you down for the pajama party.
Yes.
Yes. And I got some other stuff too.
Okay.
'Cause
My
we're-
brain's thinking. I'm like reeling.
We're gonna
now.
have some fun.
I got to think of ideas now.
No, I got them, but we need to like intersect everything and make it all work the way I have it envisioned in my head. I have
Sleeping bag races.
no, no, I don't want sleeping bag races
No.
because then I have to go buy a sleeping bag,
Yeah.
and after you spend $100 on a sleeping bag, you don't really want to tear it up going down out racing it.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it ain't gonna happen. Not gonna happen. So when's your next EP coming out?
Oh, so I just released a song, Red Wine and White Lies.
Yeah,
and
which
that is.
I'm not gonna lie, I have not heard it. I just looked at the pictures.
You did lie. You did tell me you heard it earlier.
No, I didn't. I said I heard all your
Oh,
stuff,
okay.
almost all your stuff. I haven't heard that one yet because I actually started to listen to it this morning on the way to work, and my assistant called me to make sure I was up and going to work.
And then you got distracted.
I got distracted.
Okay. Well, that one just released, and you can go listen to that soon. And that is actually part of a 7-song album.
So you went ahead and did the 7-song.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So I did a 7-song. I probably should have made it like 10 to make it a true album, but we did a short album, 7 songs, and I think I'm gonna release maybe 2 or 3 more singles.
Okay.
And then we'll release the full project.
Oh, cool. Now say I'll probably get the full project.
Yes. And they are available, like the full project is available on CD. It's just not available digitally yet. So
Yeah. Are you gonna do the vinyl?
probably not. I mean, I would love to. I think it's really cool. It's just also expensive. And
Yeah.
I just don't know if I haven't really had many people come up and ask me if I have it in vinyl. And I feel like until there's a bunch of people coming up and specifically asking that it's probably just not worth the money and time at this point.
Right.
But yeah, eventually it'd be really cool. I would love to have that.
I'm just happy you did 7 songs because everybody else is doing like 1 song drop or 4 songs. And to me, back in the day, 4 songs was a demo. That's what you used to go book your shows, everything else. And it's like I've said before, I got out of the music industry in 2008. So I've got this big, huge span here. And it's like, I'm trying to catch up and I'm trying to learn all these new ways of how people are doing stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just, some of it is fathomable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Blah, blah.
Yeah. I get tongue tied. But a lot of it is, I understand a lot of it, and I understand, dropping 1 song at a time. I understand that completely because everything costs money nowadays.
Oh yeah.
It's insane. But then, it's like you only get 3 songs or 4 songs, and then you did 7 songs. So it's like, more bang for your buck. I love that.
Oh yeah. So I think there's pros and cons to all of it. Like obviously people's attention span and just the industry these days kind of leans towards singles. And that's kind of why I'm releasing a few of the songs as singles first before I release the full project. But it wound up kind of just being a great marketing tool to be able to like have all these songs be part of this bigger project,
Right.
and then be able to kind of gradually roll it out. And then I have content for a bigger span of time.
Yeah.
And while I'm releasing all that, I can be working on the next thing. But another thing that I decided that kind of made me want to do the 7 songs was I have a lot of songs too that I love personally, but I was never thinking they would be single worthy.
Right.
Because, they may not have been mainstream, or they may not have been, they wouldn't be like my top song. And when you release singles, I think you're always thinking like, what's my best thing? What's my best thing?
Right.
But for me, it was kind of cool to be able to still have those artsy songs, or those songs that I got to be a little like outside the box or creative on, and have those fill out the album.
Yeah.
But without having the pressure of like, oh gosh, I'm dropping this money, I need to be doing my best song.
Oh, yeah.
So they serve the purpose of being on the album and filling that out and showing a different side of me, but also not having that pressure of it being a single. So I think that was one of the most fun parts of it for me.
So I want to know, how many songs have you got in the closet that you haven't released? Because I'm thinking you've probably got a bunch.
I have a lot of songs. Yeah. Like I'm already kind of planning like the next album for after this one. Like I don't know if I have all the songs ready, because some of it's not even that I don't have enough songs. It's just picking the right ones for that project.
Right.
But kind of in my head, I've already kind of got the theme of the next album.
Right.
So kind of working towards gradually releasing that. But I wasn't really planning to do an album in the first place, but I just got approached by it was a student recording institute. And so basically I had to hire the musicians, but I got the recording time and the studio time for free.
Oh, yeah.
So they tracked it. And
I love interns.
yeah, they told me it was going to be that they usually did like 3 or 4 songs. And I just was like, nah, I'm going to do 7. I don't know why, but in the planning, I just could not make up my mind. So I was like,
7's a lucky number now.
we're just going to try. And if we don't get them all recorded, that's okay. We're just going to try. So we got the basic tracks of all 7 recorded. But we still did like add some other instruments and things on the after post production side of things.
Yeah.
So we kind of really had to work hard on that, because I didn't hire a producer either. So I was kind of just sort of self-producing, even though I don't like to say that because I really didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I was assisted by the people I hired to help me with mixing and stuff. So, they would give me ideas. And I mean, I feel like the musicians contributed the most.
Yeah.
And I just said the yay or nay to decide whether it was going to stay or not. Hi there.
She let the cat out.
Hi. Will this one bite me?
No, that one won't bite you. That one just loves on you.
Okay. So
She'll
it's the
actually-
other one that like will love on you and then bite you.
Yeah, she's sneaky.
Yeah. I mean, she was like really loving on me.
Oh, yeah.
This one's sweet too.
She's
You
cute.
wanna come up? You wanna come up?
She's cute.
You are cute. You got that little stumpy tail. You kind of look like
Yeah,
like
and
a
she's
mini
got-
bobcat.
She's got extra digits. My granddaughter's trying to help wrangle the cat. That's funny. Oh,
I'm easily
Lord.
distracted by animals.
Yeah, well, it happens.
Love it. Love them.
All right, hon. Well, we're going to have to get out of here.
What? Okay.
I know.
That flew by.
I know.
That was an hour?
Yeah. That's what I told you.
All right.
See, that's what I love about it. You get up here and you get to talking and you hanging out.
That flew by.
Yeah.
All right.
My longest show was 2 hours, 58 minutes, 25 seconds.
Okay, so you don't always put a time clock on it.
I hardly ever put a time clock on it. The only reason there's a time clock
'Cause we got
today
another guest.
is because and I'm going to take full blame for this, I ended up double booking.
You know what? It's totally fine. Because you're kind of like us musicians that are, you're doing the booking and the hosting and the
Yep.
editing and all the parts yourself. And I know I've done it.
Oh, it's
many
crazy.
times, 'cause
It's crazy. I
When
mean,
you're balancing you're juggling all the fruit. It's
Yeah.
something's bound to
Well, I
drop
mean,
every so often.
when I was sitting there researching the podcast and everything, everybody was like, "Oh, it's easy. You ain't got to worry about it," and blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not doing it off a laptop. Okay, I'm just not." And I went and learned everything I could, and I got the equipment that would give my guest the best sound and the best video. And I mean, if you're going to do a show, make them look good, make them sound good, have some fun with it,
Totally agree.
And that's just what I got into. And I was the same way when I did sound all over town. I loved having great sound.
Well, we appreciate you as an artist too, because there are a lot of shows and podcasts that we do that they're great and they host very well, but we don't always have the most ideal setup.
Yeah.
So it's nice to be able to come to shows that are presenting it in the most professional way possible. So
got to have the good production.
Oh, yeah.
Got to.
it makes all the difference.
All right.
Well, thanks for having me.
Look at that camera right there. This one right here. There you go. Tell everybody your socials.
It's krystalkingmusic.com is my website. And Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all that's Krystal King Music. Krystal with a K, like the burgers, King like Burger King.
KrystalKingMusic.com.
Yes, sir.
So I had to do that away from the mic a little bit. It sounds more ominous. All right. Cool beans.
Dramatic.
Yeah, I know. Well, I ain't got a drum machine. I could probably put one on here, but I don't know. It'll be interesting. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
And yeah, we're going to get out of here. Krystal, appreciate you. And remember, everybody, like, share, follow, subscribe. Subscribe. How many subscribers you got on your YouTube?
Not a lot.
That's what I'm saying. I got 51 shows. I got 138 people subscribed to my YouTube.
Nice.
It don't take much, but move your mouse over, and there's a little red oval thing that says subscribe on it. Click. That's all it takes.
I actually need to make sure I'm subscribed.
Yeah, see?
Hopefully I am.
I'll have to make sure I'm subscribed on yours too. But it helps everybody out, helps these artists out, helps them get booked in places that you want them to come to. It's a numbers game out there, and it's all about how many followers you got, how many subscribers you got, how many views you have, and it affects podcasts too. So y'all help us out, and most of these artists will have a link where you can buy their merch. I know I do. Go on there, buy some merch. I have a PayPal that helps support the show. A lot of artists have that also, and you can buy their CDs. You can download straight from the artist on a lot of these things. I believe so. Isn't that right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm right
My
about
stuff's
something.
on the website.
There you go. Everything's right there. So, all right, we're going to get out of here. Appreciate y'all. Thank you, Krystal. And we shall see
you.
you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.